Hey loves, it's Britt, and woohoo! I'm going through all of the Mars aspects in Synastry, and this one is potentially my favorite. We're going to talk about when your Mars is trine with someone else's Mars in Synastry, in the relationship charts. So, this aspect creates a really easy flow of energy between two people. And it's actually so easy that you might miss this one at first. This isn't going to create such a strong buzz and attraction as like the conjunction or the square or even the opposition creates this like, whoa, flaming, fire burning, roaring, passionate, wanting to act on your Mars energy. The trine is more subtle, and you might actually like miss it at first depending on what else is going on. This isn't necessarily going to be a person where all of a sudden your Mars gets activated and it's like this instant like just want to rip each other's clothes off kind of thing. It's not like that, but what it does cause is like if there's other links going on that would create a romantic or sexual relationship, or some type of relationship that's forming here, when it does get to that level of the sexual relationship, there's a very easy flow and really a good potential for amazing understanding of each other's physical expression of sex. And we're different enough that we can learn something from each other, and we can have maybe a different experience than, what we're used to, because we're not identical, but we're harmonious. And so there's a really great potential for learning and growth in a sexual relationship, but in a friendship or in a business partnership or working together or any type of relationship. There's really a great opportunity for us to become a better version of our own Mars. So for me, with Mars in Leo, when I've had this aspect, it's either been, so I've had their Mars coming into my first house in Aries or coming into my ninth house in Sagittarius, trining my Mars in Leo. My Mars is actually my sixth house though, but it's been this really beneficial or like positive learning experience when we've got like for me it's fire, right? So think of the element in which your Mars is and the houses that these other people's Mars or this person's Mars is falling into. That's the integration that gets to happen. That's the blending. So like trines are a gift that are so natural that they're sometimes missed, because even more than the sextile, which I'm going to talk about in my next video, this aspect is overlooked because it's not something you're going to just notice, because you're going to just have this easy, natural, effortless flow of Mars energy. So you don't necessarily like think about it as much as when you have these other harder aspects that are just like poking you in the face and the eye. Like this one is so natural that you can miss it. So if you do get the opportunity to have it, you want to really study it and think, okay, so what is the element that we're trying in? Is it fire? Which that means you're going to get this burst of energy and enthusiasm and this integration of this more, it's kind of, fire is like intuition, right? So is it helping you with your fire element? Or you have Mars in water. Is it this emotional, flowing, deep, intense, and intimate connection that's helping you, with your water element? Or is it air? Is it happening in air where you're really getting this chance to think about ideas and socialization and connecting people? And is it bringing out your air and your communication? Or is it in earth? Is it helping you ground in the physical? Is it helping you with your body? And this is like going to be the most physical of all the elements, is this, healing for your physical body and for your actual grounding into this earth. So you want to look at the element that it's taking place in and not overlook that, and realize you're being given this gift to really integrate. Like, because Mars aspects are impossible to have in your own natal chart because we only have one Mars, they're really exciting to have in Synastry. Same with all, I'm a big fan of, Mars, Venus, you know, these moon, like these aspects that are impossible to have in your own natal because you only get one of those, right? It's really fun to talk about them in Synastry. And you know, the sad part is a lot of books don't actually go into the planet aspects. It's crazy. I mean, because they're so fun and they're so enlightening, right? But a lot of Synastry books, they don't go into you know, Mars to Mars. They'll go into Mars to Venus, right? Everybody loves to talk about Mars to Venus. Where are the people talking about Mars to Mars? Where are they? There's not that many, okay? Here I am. But anyways, yeah, so this this aspect is it's a really fun one, and it's like, yeah, you could miss it because it's just so easy being with this person. And when you look back on this relationship, you'll notice that, like, or like if you're in this relationship, you'll notice that you don't have to explain yourself a lot as far as your actions go and your expression of your Mars. You don't have to like be like, oh well, that's why I was doing that is because of this. And like they get it, right? They get it, and they're encouraging of it, right? So this is kind of the aspect of, we could be the fan club of the other person. So the way that they express their Mars, wow, we like that. And you know what? We could use some of that on our team. Like, so we're great teammates with this one. We can, you know, look at the other person and think, wow, you know, that's a good expression of that energy. I'm thinking of like, what am I thinking of? You know, let's say you're workout partners and the way that they're working out is slightly different than you. And you're looking over at them at the gym and you're thinking, wow, I ought to do that a bit more. And then so you start to do that, and maybe you ask them for help. Hey, could you show me how to do that? How do I, you know, lift that weight or whatever? And then they show you, and then your workouts become 10 times better. And you're just like, wow. And it was easy and effortless. It wasn't like when they showed you, you couldn't get it. It was like something you were meant to be doing your whole life, and they just showed you, and you just pick it up like that. And you're just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't know this sooner. So anyways, that's kind of a weird example, but that's what I could think of right now. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for harmonizing qualities of your Mars. And this one, while it is active and it is energetic, it's not like so energetic that you can't sleep at night because you're just flaming Mars. It's not like the other aspects. It's more relaxed. It's like, it's energetic. You're not going to want to be sitting around all the time with this person. You're going to actually want to get up and do stuff and you know, get work done. But it's not so poking you and pushing you and that you're going to be overexcited. So that's the difference between the Trine and the other aspects, is that the Trine is so easy that it can be, it's more relaxing. It's not going to drive you crazy. You're probably not going to actually fight that much with this one. If you are fighting because there's other things going on, it's going to be easier to come to an agreement or come to a conclusion and just realize, hey, why are we fighting? We should be doing something more productive. Like it's so easy with this one. And you know, back to the actual sex aspect, it's so easy to please each other. You can, like, if this is a sexual relationship, they effortlessly do whatever it is that you need in your sex life, although it's not the crazy wild passion of the other Mars aspects. It's still fulfilling and exactly what you need. So it's a really good aspect to have. Like it potentially, it could be my favorite. I'm going to talk about the sextile. I like the sextile a lot too. And it's a little bit different. It's actually a little bit more active. It's a little bit more noticeable even. So I'm going to talk about that next. But yeah, if you're blessed to have this one, you can really accomplish a lot and really become stronger in your own Mars. And you can really like the person a lot, because the way that they express their energy is harmonious to you, and that element gets to be even more activated, but in a harmonious way for you. So I'm a fan of this aspect. I'm the fan club of a Mars Trine. I was obsessed with this aspect when I first had it. I thought, oh my goodness, like this is the best aspect that there could be between Mars and Mars. I was really obsessed with it, and because it was so fun and enlightening for me. But of course, think about the fire houses that were activated. So it was either activating my first house, which Mars in the first house overlay is sort of steamy, or it was activating my ninth house, which is very enlightening to have. So think about the houses that are being activated when you have this trine happening, and think of the element, and that is what you're being given, this gift and this blessing. So because you're an astrologer and you understand this, utilize it. Utilize this gift and become better for it. So I'd love to hear your guys' experience of this. How was this aspect for you? And you don't have to look at everything else going on. We could have like super difficult, bad things going on in other places that would maybe cause this relationship to be not so easy. But as far as the expression of Mars, if we have this aspect, at least we're getting along there, and we understand each other, and we're different enough to learn something too. So yeah, I offer one-on-one sessions. My links are below. I do a synastry session, a relationship chart, and then I also do a personal one-on-one natal chart soul purpose report as well. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.